Hey Capricorn, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your July tarot readings in the treehouse today. I'm so stoked you're here. I'm going to make every minute count by unpacking the month section by section. So we're going to have the beginning, middle, and end. And at the end of the reading, we're going to have tarot advice. So make sure you stick around to then. That's really helpful. So we'll be getting advice for each section of the month. And if you'd like for me to pray for you, send you my good wishes, say hi in the comments section. That way I can see it, see you, and I can focus it on something. And I encourage everybody else to pitch in and pray for each other too. This is a safe place and it's welcoming to all. And I seal that with my intention and my word. So let's get into it. You guys, don't try to make this fit if it doesn't fit. It's a general reading, maybe next one will. And if it does, if you get some value out of this reading, please hit the like and subscribe button. It means so much. Hit the notifications bell if you'd like to know more about these readings when they come out. Capricorn, beginning of July 2023, Cappies, Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Beginning of July, we have, whoa, this is interesting. We've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the 5 of Wands and 3 of Swords. I need to get more clarity before I unpack this because there's two conflicting energies here, like very different. What's this 5 of Wands, please, clarity? Actually, let me get it on from another deck. Another deck. 5 of Wands, energy. We have the Hanged Man coming out. This could be around forgiveness, flipping but not flying. I don't want to take that one. Flying out with Hanged Man. We have the Queen of Swords, major communication, boundaries set. This feels like you are getting through the muck inside a relationship in order to come out the 10 of Cups. This turns out really good, but it's like there's some heavy lifting here, like emotionally, with clarity. There could be some conflict, and this could be not just a fast conflict, but something that's been kind of going on for a while. And the 3 of Swords energy, what is this? 3 of Swords, flipping but not flying. We've got Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. This is about having control, taking control, and somebody finally coming around to addressing it, to moving forward with it. The 3 of Swords can be third-party energy sometimes in a relationship. So this could be somebody else in the situation that's making things complicated. Maybe you've been fighting about. And it's just taking control of a situation. The Emperor is ruled by Aries energy, that headstrong, like, let's just make it happen. But that's only a few of you guys. For the most part, 3 of Swords is talking about a past disappointment that this person has presented in your life. It's around the conflict. And so it might have been going on for a while, but you're ready just to have peace. You're ready to have happiness. And so it requires communication, setting boundaries, and also perspective. The Hanged Man, it's slow energy, and it sometimes comes it always comes at a sacrifice, but the perspective is so valuable, and it's around this conflict. Possibly somebody coming around to see the other person's perspective in this matter, and realizing that that is the direct way to have peace. So let's get some clarity on the middle of the month here. Going into the middle of July for Capricorns, July 2023, we've got some good cards. Again, we've got the air signs coming out. You could be working with an air sign. It could be like an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini that you've had conflict with. And they work and operate so differently than you. So it's kind of just paying attention to, okay, maybe there's some of that. Maybe some things are lost in translation. But the middle of the month, you're going to have some closure. For those of you guys, I will have to say, those of you guys are going through any legal matters, if there's contracts that you're working on or that are hanging in the balance, this looks very good for you. We have the Justice coming out, which is Libra energy. We've got air all over this reading, which, air is very cerebral. So even if it's not an air sign that you're having this situation happen with, it's about being in your head. You're in your head a lot in July. In the middle of the month, you may be overthinking about something a lot. You might be thinking a lot about getting clarity, trying to get clarity, trying to get, like what is emotional and then what is fact, and trying to separate those two in order to get that clarity. I'd like to know, actually, I'm going to put these back in. Thank you. I'm just going to give this a shuffle. I want some clarity on the middle of. Let's see how many times we can say the word clarity. There's a reason. Clarity in the middle of the month, July for Capricorns. We have the Chariot, the 5 of Rods. Okay, keeping an open mind. You just want to move forward. And even if it means that something has to end here. Something's got to die off in order to move forward. But here's the thing, the Page of Rods talks about keeping an open mind about the way you do that. You can't do it without the clarity though, and that's why the King of Swords is coming forward. So somebody here is really just like separating truth from fiction, emotion from reality. And there is this sense of that conflict, that it can be inner conflict, it can be out of conflict. But what's important here, and a lot of you guys, if this is a court battle or something legal that you're working through, keep in mind, the cost is probably overthinking and some anxiety about it, but it's going to work out in your favor. But I can't stress this enough, that whatever this is, it's so worth it. It's going through, and it's going about this differently, because I think the way you would in the past you've gone about it, or the way you would normally go about it, wouldn't have worked. So let's get the end of the month for July for our Capricorns. What is going on for them at the end of July? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Making sure I grabbed it correctly. Okay, so you've done your part throughout July. You've done everything within your control of this situation. There is an aspect of everything happening around you that you can't control. So there is a group of people, could be related to you, could be friends, could be coworkers. It's going to be different for all of you, who, you can't control them, and you can't control the things that happen with them and happen to them. I mean, some things we're just not in control of regardless. And that's because they're living their own lives and they have their own lessons to learn as well. Something that you don't anticipate at the end of the month is that this is all going to be shaken up. And when this happens, the Tower card comes out. It's the universe being like, you know what? This is too complicated for you humans to orchestrate on your own. I'm going to just shake things up so that you all fly around, land in facing different directions, so that you can go into a new, healthier direction. If that is sometimes it's regarding property and homes, that's like things breaking down, or, maybe it can be good changes too. In this case, it's going to throw people for a loop a bit. It's going to be unexpected. And this could be people that you care about, but there's been disconnection. I have to say, there's been a disconnection with these people. I can almost feel for some of you guys like something was going to happen. Like there's almost this sense of like, you can't save them all type of thing. I think that these people are close to you, even if there are not family. In a lot of cases, it's family. But even if they're not family, they're close to you. And I think that they are so lucky to have you in their life, because there's this generosity that comes forward. You have these memories, you have this nostalgia attached. And I think it definitely feels like this big shakeup is happening more to them actually than you, but it's affecting you. Okay. And it's something y'all didn't expect. Okay. Anything else about this? Anything else about the end of July for Capricorns? Anything else about July for Capricorns? The Star card. Beautiful. So whatever this big shakeup is that's out of their control with these people that you've been disconnected with, here we have the Queen of Swords coming through. It's like, if anybody's going to know what the hell to do, it's going to be you. But here's the thing is there's been this, they're very lucky to, why am I having a hard time talking? They're very lucky to have you. It's like there's a savior feeling to this, but also there's a pattern. So you might have to draw some boundaries here, Capricorn. You know that there was going to be a shakeup, and eventually this just came out of nowhere. But in a way, there's a sense that it was going to happen at some point. And this is also the universe with the Tower card, the universe playing a role in your life and saying, hey, here's an opportunity. You can fall into the same role of being the one in charge and trying to save everybody, or you could do this differently. You can show your generosity, your kindness and love in different ways, but for your sake, maybe you need to have some boundaries here. Maybe you need to cut through with the Queen of Swords. I'm trying to see if there's another way I can read it for this energy, because I know you guys are all going through different scenarios. Yeah, it feels like that. It just feels like that. It feels like you are embracing the Queen of Swords meaning, which is somebody who draws lines in the sand, somebody who draws boundaries. And this is a chance to break through what you ordinarily do in a big shakeup situation. All right, so now let's get into the advice portion, right? So let's go back to the beginning of July when there's kind of this conflict energy working through that, trying to do things a little differently because you're starting to see that actually there's a way out of this. There's peace, okay? There's peace. So tarot advice for Capricorns, beginning of July, tarot advice for our Capricorns. We have the Fool, doing things differently. So being stubborn, being tenacious, being loyal are your strengths. And this situation, that tenacity, sticking by your guns is not working in the same way. So it's time to do this in a new way. The Fool comes out with a 9 of Wands. So the Fool is all about a new approach, a very new beginning. It's new. So being open-minded about that, Capricorns. And to reiterate the Magician, you are being called to pave a new approach to solutions regarding this conflict energy in July, okay? So then we move into the middle of July with overthinking, but really good things. If things are going to work out in your favor, this is about things rebalancing. It's about things it's like right and wrong, you know? And so advice for Capricorns in the middle of July. Wow. Getting news, getting unstuck, and something really energetic sparks you to life. So this is looking really beautiful. Great news is coming in very fast, okay? So all that overthinking I was talking about, if you're getting some anxiety, losing a little sleep at night, that's okay. It's okay. It's a part of the whole process. You've done a really great job separating emotion from reality and fact from fiction, and you're getting yourself unstuck. Pay attention to this new offer coming in. When we get Ace of Wands, usually it's a new project. It can be lust as well. So if this is if this is a relationship that is calling to you to interpret it this way, well then this is like lust. This is like the sex after an apology type of thing. But getting unstuck from here and knowing that these messages are going to be coming in really quick. For some of you guys, that could even be travel. Advice for the end of the month for Capricorns. We've got, whoa. What the hell? Oh my God. Excuse my language. What the hell? You have like 10 of Cups, but you have so much major arcana. There's 22 in a deck. You have, oh my gosh, what are you guys going through? Did you notice how the cards acted? I read into that. So the cards flew out in abundance very quick, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana about this. So whatever this is you guys are going through is huge. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me talk to you. Okay, your prayers are being answered. This is going to be a big turnaround. So remember when I was talking to you about the end of July, it was like there's sometimes you have to draw the line and your boundaries, and you are going to want to be generous and help these people that you know and love and possibly have had a lot of conflict with too. It looks like family for a lot of you guys. This is a shakeup. This is something you don't expect. Some of you guys, it has something to do with inheritance. It's something, but it affects you almost as a side effect. It's not directly to you. It's happening more to them. Okay, so we got the Strength card, we have the Sun card, we got the Ten of Cups card. This is really positive, and it's reiterated by the second moon that has flown out. This is all hidden. Even your reaction to it, even the results of your reaction to it is currently hidden. But this is changing it up in a new way. Life is not going to go back to the way it was. It looks bad at first, but it's actually going to be a good thing. When we get shaken up like that, where we don't even see it coming and we don't have much control over it, it doesn't always feel good. Even when it's like something positive, it still rattles your cage. So anyway, you might be tempted at some point to take an offer or to waver. I'll say it this way: to waver on your belief about this. You have to connect with your intuition. Because that's going to be the only struggle through this entire end of the month of July is like, what's my obligation and what's my intuition? Okay? Because there's two books of wisdom there, right? Loyalty, I mean, that Hierophant energy, that structured belief system, a set of rules that we set our moral and ethics to, our morality and our ethics to. That's great. That's the rule book, right? But when we break through that, and it's there for a reason, but sometimes we need to break away from the rule book in order to hear our own spiritual set of rules. And that's going to be your biggest challenge at the end of the month, okay? But it looks really good. It looks really good. And once this happens, you never go back. You never go back to what that was before. And it's taking strength right in the middle of your advice. Go easy on yourself. Stick by your guns with the Seven of Wands. This is playing King of the Mountain with doubt. All of those wands coming up, that is representing doubt, whether it's inside or outside of you, other people casting doubt. You are playing King of the Mountain and battling those off, okay? And successfully so. This is getting your wish, life-changing resurrection. So things are going to come out of this looking very different than they were going into it. But it's all for the better. With the Ten of Cups, this is happiness, long-term happiness, peace, okay? We started our entire reading with the Ten of Cups. And it's getting through this conflict energy somehow, okay? Really beautiful. I am wishing the best for you. Say hi in the comment section. I will send you my prayers, and please like the video if this was valuable to you. Take good care.